Radio.
It's not just radio anymore. Flow 94.9 FM brings you something big and new. Let's give you that camera lights action effect, which is...
This is News Now on Flow 94.9 FM Umuahia, the flow of God's own state. Good afternoon, happy new month, and thanks for joining us. My name is Chimdindu Chambers. The headlines. APC insists on fielding candidates in Rivers and Zamfara states. INEC to investigate alleged campaign finance violations by federal government. Kidnapped Abia APC chairman regains freedom. And on the foreign scene, U.S. envoy revealed North Korea nuclear pledge. Details shortly. Glad to have you join us. President Muhammadu Buhari is of the opinion that his association with Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje has not in any way tainted his fight against corruption. The president, in a statement by his spokesman, Garuba Shehu, noted that there is a difference between perception and reality. President Buhari revealed that he has never taken sides when it comes to the issue of corruption, arguing that even those close to him in the present dispensation have all been made to face the law once they are found wanting. Wednesday night's decision by Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, barring it from fielding candidates in Zamfara states, All Progressives Congress, APC, has said it would not only field candidates in Zamfara state, but also in Rivers State, where its fate is also a subject of litigation. APC National Publicity Secretary Lanre Issa Odnilu, who stated this in Abuja, also added that the appellate court's decision on the trial of the suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onogen, has vindicated President Muhammadu Buhari's handling of the... He added that the decision of the Court of Appeal to okay the trial of Justice Onogen by the Court of Conduct Tribunal has vindicated his suspension from office by President Buhari. The coalition of United Political Parties, CUP, has filed a suit seeking to disqualify President Muhammadu Buhari from participating in the general elections. Spokesman for the coalition, Ugochinyere Ikenga, disclosed this to reporters at a press conference in Abuja.
We have come to the conclusion that re-electing President Buhari will only empower members of the cabal that his wife admitted has hijacked his presidency to rule us for another 4 years from the dark. In order to save this great nation the disaster that will President Buhari, in a rare happenstance, is re-elected. We, the opposition political parties, have therefore filed litigation at the Federal High Court, seeking to declare him unfit to contest for 2019 election. We are also seeking from the court an order disqualifying President Buhari from contesting the election to the office of the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and an injunction restraining INEC from recognizing his candidate.
Meanwhile, the first national spokesperson, Coalition of United Political Parties, Imo Ugochinyere, is raising the alarm over an alleged plan by men of the Department of State Services to arrest him. Ugochinyere raised the alarm at a press conference in Abuja, insisting that the plan was to arrest him and keep him away until after elections. He alleged that DSS wants to arrest him for possessing copies of asset declaration forms of some top government officials, including that of the Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Ibe Kachukwu, adding that he had earlier been approached on the need for him to reduce his opposition to the government. Ahead of the forthcoming general election in Nigeria, the Director Center for Democracy and Development, Idiat Hassan, believes that fake news is controlling the build-up to the elections rather than issues. Speaking in a monitored television program, Hassan maintained that the information from social media, which in most cases are false, seem to be shaping the 2019 elections.
That has come back on the social media. The same kind of disinformation campaign that was launched has now appeared on social media. Videos, call it nukes, now dispensing things that will further, information that will further divide the polity. And fake news is actually controlling the elections rather than issues.
She bears her mind on the low participation of women in the forthcoming elections.
From the list released by INEC, that is quite more. So we expect to see lesser women in the National Assembly in the forthcoming elections. But in case of voter partners are actually doing a lot. They did a lot pre-elections, although the internal democracy in the party and the outcome of the party primaries was not actually favorable to women. But still, we are doing our best to ensure that women participate as voters in this election.
Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka says the two leading parties, the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party, are worthy of absolute rejection in the forthcoming general elections. Professor Soyinka spoke at an interactive session held at Freedom Park in Lagos.
I, Wole Soyinka, will not be voting for either of the two so-called contestants. I find both of them worthy of absolute rejection. A number of reasons, which I will not go into here. I'm not interested in a comparative assessment. It's too late for that. Anybody who doesn't know why I now just go and throw his other votes in the nearest dustbin. My position is simply that it is time for a totally new direction. Obviously, I'm not the only one. Otherwise, there will not be so many opposition parties wanting to take over the reins of government.
Soyinka noted that he would give all his support to the consensus candidate when one is produced by the various coalition groups arising. The chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Yakubu Mahmood, says the body will investigate possible violations of campaign finance laws by the federal government through its trader money scheme. He stated that the electoral body had a mechanism for tracking campaign finance violations by candidates and their parties, adding that INEC will study public comments on the scheme and investigate the federal government for possible violation of the campaign finance laws. Mahmood said this in response to questions from journalists, noting that many Nigerians and corporate bodies, including a civil society organization, Transparency International, had described the trader money scheme, through which the federal government gives 10,000 naira to traders and artisans as a form of vote buying. Governor Okezie Ikpeazu is appreciating the contributions of the people of Umuahia North local government area, who he said midwives the equity on governorship position in the state. The governor, who was speaking at the Beku High School, Umuahia, during the PDP rally of Umuahia North local government area, described Umuahia North as the seat of political power in Abia State, recalling that the local government area had produced great political leaders. The governor, who said he believes in them, called on the people to ensure they vote PDP candidates in the forthcoming general elections, assuring that he would achieve much more in the second tenure. The abducted chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Abia State, Donatus Wampa, had regained his freedom. The publicity secretary of the party in the state, Benedict Godson, told newsmen today that Wampa was released on Thursday night. When contacted, the Commissioner of Police in the state, Chris Ezike, confirmed that Wampa was released unhurt by his abductors. Wampa was reportedly kidnapped together with one of his aides on Monday night on his way to Aba, a few hours to the visit of President Muhammadu Buhari to the state. And news now on Flow 94.9 FM continues shortly with business, foreign and sports news. Stay with us.
You are listening to News Now on Flow 94.9 FM.
Against the backdrop of the worsening public power supply, new data has emerged showing that manufacturers in Nigeria spent a total of 246.38 billion naira generating their own electricity between 2016 and 2017. The data also revealed that manufacturers spent a further 43 billion naira on private power generation in the first half of 2018. While reviewing the performance of the sector in 2018, Mann pointed out that a situation where the cost of electricity constituted 40% of the cost of production was not manufacturing friendly. And away from the shores of Nigeria, North Korea has pledged to destroy all its nuclear material enrichment facilities, according to the U.S. Special Envoy for the country, Stephen Biegun. He said the promise had been made to U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo when he visited North Korea in October. But Biegun said North Korea must provide a complete list of its nuclear assets before any deal can be reached. Finally, in sports, Newcastle has broken the transfer record to sign Paraguay playmaker Miguel Almiron from MLS side Atlanta United for around £20 million. It breaks the previous record of £16 million that was paid to Real Madrid for Michael Owen in 2005. Almiron, 24, scored 13 goals last season as Atlanta won the MLS Cup for the very first time. And of course, that sports story wraps it up this afternoon on the news. But just before we go, let's take another look at our headlines. APC insists on fielding candidates in Rivers and Zamfara State. INEC to investigate alleged campaign finance violation by the federal government. Kidnapped Abia APC chairman regains freedom. And on the foreign scene, U.S. envoy reveals North Korea nuclear pledge. Thanks for being with us. Remember, your vote is your right to a better Nigeria. Do not sell it. Do join us again at 6:45 a.m., noon and 6 p.m. every weekday for additional newscast. This is Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. You can send your views or information to flowfmnews@gmail.com or visit www.flownews.com.ng for more stories. This bulletin was edited by Oluchi Ndubuizu, supervising editor Samson Eze. I am Chimdindu Chambers. Have yourself a beautiful day and a beautiful month.
You want some fun?
Yeah! Bring it on!
Radio. It's not just radio anymore. Flow 94.9 FM brings you something big and new. Let's give you that camera light action effect, which is also part of our complete outside broadcast services for all your event coverage, both recorded and live. Juicy offers await you as you do business with us.
Let's go.
So what do you have? Is it a wedding, cultural event, birthday, conference, seminar, or showbiz? Whatever it is, we are always ready and set to give you what you need. We also run visual advert for your company, products, and services. And we air not just on radio, but also on our online TV. For more information and booking, you can visit Flow 94.9 FM located at 7B Factory Road, Umuahia, or visit our marketing office at Bank of Industry Building, number 1 Constitution Crescent, Asa Road, Aba, Abia State. Or call our marketing team on 0703-160-8029 or 0805-174-5686. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state.